Yo, what's going on, YouTube? And welcome to Goal Line Hockey Live, take two. As we had some issues earlier, I'm hoping that the connection is better. So, this is a bit of a test run. We're going to go over some interesting topics. We already discussed some of the things going on in Nashville, the Nina Ryder trade, Barry Trotz is the next GM. A lot has kind of gone on in Nashville. Tampa Bay made a big trade. The Leafs made a big trade earlier today. So, a lot of things to discuss. And of course, tonight, our big live stream, the featured game, is going on right now. It's the Ottawa Senators and the Detroit Redwings. The Red Wings are up 1-0 on a goal from Tyler Bertuzzi, a guy we've mentioned a little bit here today. There's a little bit of question going on in Detroit in terms of what some of their pending UFAs, including their captain, Dylan Larkin, what's the future status of players like Dylan Larkin, Jake Wallman, and Tyler Bertuzzi. We're going to discuss all of that today. So we're going to try and do this one more time. I was not sure I was going to try this again, but I'm going to go for it one more time. We usually do better after the first time I come off and then go back on. It's worth a shot. You got nothing to lose, right? So we'll see how things go this time around as the Matrix, the internet, is coming after me. It's attacking me, and we are going to try and fight back. So, with that out of the way, we're going to take a look at the Eastern Conference playoff race. Now, if you look in the Eastern Conference standings, specifically this game in particular between the Senators and Red Wings, is kind of a big deal. In the Eastern Conference, the Red Wings are still fighting for a playoff spot. They played well recently, but most recently they got shut out at home in the Steve Yzerman Bowl, welcoming in the Tampa Bay Lightning. They got a 3-0 win over the Red Wings. So the Red Wings look to exact some revenge on the Ottawa Senators. They're both pretty close in the standings, and this is a pretty big game for them, as this is the first of a back-to-back with the Senators tonight and tomorrow. And the Red Wings are looking to get back in the win column tonight. And looking at the standings, the Red Wings are technically 3 points out of a playoff spot. So just this weekend, I think it was Friday or Saturday, they were in a playoff spot. And just like that, the Red Wings lose one game. They're 3 points out of a playoff spot, just like that. Now, the good news is the two teams that are in a playoff spot, the Red Wings have one game hand on the Penguins. They're 3 points back. They're 5 points back of the Islanders, but the Islanders have played 5 more games than the Detroit Red Wings. So the Red Wings are absolutely not out of the chase. The big question, though, with the Red Wings is, are they going to be able to stay healthy? Will their depth hold up? And goaltending. They've played Ville Husso a ton this season. How much more can Ville Husso play? That's going to be the big thing with Husso this season. But I guess we're going to have to kind of wait to see what actually happens with Ville Husso. And a chance there. So the Senators, who are very good on the power play, the Senators are on the power play. Larkin in the box. And the Senators, who have played good so far, are down in this game 1-0 to the Detroit Red Wings. Magnus Hellberg gets the start tonight for the Wings on the road, and he'll probably get the home start. Ville Husso will get the home start tomorrow against the Senators on the second of the back-to-back, which usually you put your starter in the first of the back-to-back. But listen, they're on the road, so they want their home guy. They want their better goalie, their 1A at home. And I kind of understand the reasoning there from Derek Lalonde. Is a big kill for the Red Wings as they try to keep their lead here. There's been a pretty interesting game so far. We are at the end of the first period, and it is a 1-0 lead for the Detroit Red Wings on the road. The Senators, a look of frustration from Tim Stützle as his team is down 1-0 at home. There's been a lot of questions about what could happen with Alex DeBrincat. And do not expect them to trade him at this point. I think he's just going to kind of say, a lot of people have been saying, is there a potential of him getting traded or anything like that? I don't think they're trading DeBrincat, at the very least, until they figure out the new ownership. I think DeBrincat wants to see the stability of the franchise here before he kind of decides his next potentially decade in the National Hockey League, the prime of his career. Does he want to stay in Ottawa? We're going to start to kind of figure that out here once the new ownership is in place. And I would expect DeBrincat to sign a long-term deal. It doesn't sound like he's against the idea. I think he just wants to see, what the plan is. What does the full picture look long term for the stability of this franchise? Because they don't have a building. They're trying to get a building and they don't have an owner. So again, that's why a lot of guys will stay away from teams when there is that question of, who's the owner? Who's the GM? Where am I going to be playing? Am I going to be playing in LeBreton Flats in 5 years, 10 years? What's going on, right? So I think once that stability gets set for a good superstar like DeBrincat, he's going to be more likely to say, yeah, let's go. Let's get this thing done with. I want to sign long term, because there is a little bit of, there's a lack of stability even for DeBrincat. The longer this goes on, God forbid he gets injured or something like that, that could be a problem for them, right? So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. The Red Wings don't have to worry about that. They've got their building in place. The trade deadline is their main focus. They're not really worried about some of those intangibles, as they have the stability in the franchise. They're just looking to develop some of their players. So we will see kind of how things go there. What's going on, PJ? Yeah, we've had an interesting chat here, PJ. It's been kind of slow, but welcome to the chat. PJ, he says, how much for you to put on a Rangers jersey? I don't think you're going to like the price. I don't think you're going to like the price. I don't want to make you do that, to put on a Ranger jersey, PJ. For $100, I will put on a Ranger jersey, my Derek Stepan jersey. Other than that, I'm not doing it. So we are in the first period, the first intermission between the Red Wings and the Senators. Kind of a slow start. It seems like both of them are trying to feel each other out. It did get a little bit physical, though. Kachuk got a pretty good dump into the boards. So in that sense, I would expect things to be kind of chippy tonight. Like I said, this is the first of a back-to-back between the Senators and the Red Wings. So it should be kind of interesting to see how these teams play this game going into next game, because usually the second of that back-to-back can get a little bit feisty. The losing team wants to exact that revenge. So I think this is going to be a motivated bunch. They're talking to DJ Smith right now. I want to know Senators fans on DJ Smith, what their thoughts are on him, because he seems like a good coach for the most part, but I don't know. I've had questioning, maybe giving them enough time and patience and being in the right environment. That's something that I think both of these franchises right now is they've kind of been, the little stepbrothers and to the Bruins and the Leafs and the Lightning. The Senators and the Red Wings, in terms of dominating, have not been really relevant for the past little while now. And you're starting to see the fruits of their labor with the patience side of things. You're seeing that right now, maybe a year ahead from teams like Buffalo. And I think that both the Senators and the Red Wings see themselves similar to the Buffalo Sabres as soon as next year, if not better than the Buffalo Sabres have been this year. And again, I think a huge thing for the Red Wings is the goaltending. And if, Sebastian Cossa is kind of grinding it out in the ECHL this season, maybe he'll be up in GR next year, potentially getting some call-ups if things fall in the right place. I think the Red Wings are further along than I expected them to be. But again, a lot of that is the credit to Steve Yzerman. Some of the moves he made during free agency last year, David Perron, Ben Sherratt, I think that was an overpayment, but Ben Sherratt, and who was the other guy they added? Andrew Kopp, which similar to Sherratt, maybe a bit of an overpayment, but they like the players that they got, right? So again, it's as much as it is about the money side of things, there is the expectations that they should be improving year after year. And Steve Yzerman said, listen, I don't like how we played last year. We need to be better. And he went out and addressed that and added some depth to a team that was already getting closer to that next level and just kind of needed the patience. And we're seeing them kind of get the rewards for their patience this season. Hey, what's going on, Morgan? Welcome back to the chat. Yeah, I'm trying it again. we'll see what happens here, guys. Thank you for your patience, both to PJ and Morgan. We're going to give this one more shot. I have nothing to lose, right? The Matrix and the internet is attacking, but we're trying to fight back. So hopefully we have some better luck this time around. We'll see what happens. And guys, thank you for getting the likes up. That definitely helps me out. But I want to know what you guys are thinking about. Morgan says, I'm just listening and working on the silky hands for hockey. Shout out to Morgan. Got to keep the hockey grind going. Got to be developing and getting better with your skills because Morgan, when you get drafted someday, we're going to be looking at you here at Goal Line Hockey. We're going to be, you're going to have to give us a shout out one day when you make it. So thank you guys for joining here on the live stream, the Goal Line Hockey Live, episode number 7. This is our 7th live stream. And the past 2 live streams, we've been good with the Wi-Fi, but things have been starting to cut out here tonight. So hopefully the second time around, we usually do better the second time around. We also got a super chat, my first super chat from Europe. Shout out to Thortorco or something like that. That was awesome. Great to see that. And of course, my girl Ange giving a super chat as well. And as we're trying to get closer to that soundboard, I'm hoping to get a soundboard potentially this Saturday after the trade deadline and a couple more live streams because all the money that you guys give here is going to go to the channel. I want to make it better for you guys. I want to add a booster from the Wi-Fi, things like that. I want this experience to be better for you guys before I really get any profit from this. I want it to be better for you guys first. Morgan says the NHL would be too much with my mental health. And PJ says your channel is perfect already. Thank you, PJ. But I gotta be honest though, I always am looking to improve. I eventually want to put like a header like up here. I'm researching that. I'd like to do a soundboard so you guys, I'm never content, PJ. That's maybe my flaw to sometimes, right? But listen, if I was content with where I was at with the channel, I might not have ever done live streams. So it's one of those things, right, where you want to continue, you want to be happy with what you have, but I have that competitive side of me that wants to be the best hockey YouTube channel out there. And I think the next step in doing that is doing this Goal Line Hockey Live and being more interactive with you guys. So thank you guys so much for joining us. What's going on, Don Weaver? What's going on, man? Welcome to the chat. He says, you're wearing the Senators reverse retro 1.0. God damn. Listen, guys, Don knows his jerseys. You're wearing the Senators reverse retro jersey. Do you like better of the Senators, the one you're wearing now or the 2.0? I gotta be honest. I think I like the newer reverse retro for the Senators. I like the one I got, but I gotta admit that one is a really nice jersey, the one that they have this time around. So maybe a little bit buyer's remorse, but I do really like this jersey as well. I like the red. But thank you, Don. That's a great question. What's going on, Jack? That is my old hockey coach. Shout out to Captain Sooks, Jack Sukiel. Welcome to the chat, man. It's been a long time. We got to meet up again. Shout out to him. He was deployed in the Navy, and I haven't seen him in a while, so hopefully he's doing well. What's going on, Jack? That's awesome. PJ says, wear the Flames Blasty jersey on the next stream. I can do that. The only problem is I'm doing Avalanche and Devils. And you know what? Jack is a big Devils fan, so he's probably hyped up about TIMO Meyer and the TIMO Meyer situation. And I can't say that I'm honestly, I think the whole Metropolitan Division is going to be really good this year. The Islanders getting Horvat, the Rangers getting Tarasenko, and I'm almost 90% positive from an inside source, Patrick Kane. And the Devils getting Timo Meyer. I mean, this is going to be a really interesting situation with the Devils because the fact that they were able to keep Dawson Mercer, Luke Hughes, Simon Nemec, and the other kid, Alexander Holtz, who I thought for certain was going to be on his way out. The fact they had to give up Mukamadulin and do you think won the trade between the Devils and the Sharks? Yeah, I kind of just mentioned that now. Honestly, I honestly think that the Devils won this deal. They got the best player in the deal, and the price that they gave up is really not that bad considering some of the other price tags from some of these other teams. I think it's a pretty good deal, all things considered. Uh, Jack says, dude, text me. I think I got your wrong number. Thank you for the shout out, brother. Definitely stoked over the Devils. So his bad texting, I definitely know that's Jack Sukio. Shout out to you. Yes, I do have my number, and DM me on Instagram, Jack, and I'll give you my new number. Because yeah, I did get a new number like a couple of years ago. Jeez, that's how long it's been since we last talked. I could DM you, you could DM me, whatever. We'll figure that out. But I definitely want to catch up with you, Jack. My dad, Wayne Train, what's going on? Do you ever have anyone live on the show with you? No, I do not. Sometimes Dustin makes an appearance, my puppy. Other than that, I do this all by myself. Listen, I take up too much of the spotlight. I don't think I could share it with anybody else, if I'm going to be completely honest. And my dad knows that quite well. Uh, what else are you guys saying? Dom, what's going on? He says, "Oh, I forgot. Do you want me to message you the Adidas jerseys on your Instagram?" Yeah, you never messaged me, Don. I was trying to look for it the other day. Definitely message me, Don, because I'm definitely interested in what you wanted to show me with those jerseys. I'm a big jersey guy, so definitely. Morgan says, "Hey, Kev, the gold jersey and their expansion home and away jersey. So the gray home jersey and the white away. Those are the three Knights jerseys that I have." But thank you for that, Morgan. And of course, my dad liked the comment. Listen, I'm just being honest. That's the truth of it here. I mean, looking at the standings, especially in the Metro, things are really interesting. You look at the Metro right now, you got the Hurricanes at the top. They've been at the top for a while now. The Devils are right there. The Rangers are right there. But we're starting to see the Rangers, that recent slide they had is kind of making them, they're paying for it right now. Unfortunately, they are now 6 points back of the New Jersey Devils for home ice advantage, which is second place in the division. And now the Devils have made it a 3-point gap between them and the Hurricanes at the top of a division. So things are going to get interesting there. The Islanders are still in the chase and the hunt a little bit. But let's be honest, for the most part, it is going to be those top three teams to win the division. I think that the Islanders, the Penguins, they're just too far back to really come back and gain that ground. But we'll see what happens. And guys, thank you for joining the chat. But make sure to like the video. Yo, we got a super chat, ladies and gentlemen, from PJ, $2. Not going to say it myself. I'll let PJ say it for me. And thank you. I'm going to have to make you a moderator because you are in every stream. You're supporting the channel. You're awesome, PJ. And at this point, Morgan, you're probably going to be a moderator too. If you guys are comes with weird people in the chat, we've had a couple of weird people in the chat in the past, but for the most part, we haven't had too many problems with that. But I am looking to get moderators. I don't have any yet, so maybe I can make you guys a moderator at some point. So like I said, speaking of the Eastern Conference, looking around the Atlantic Division, same sort of story. You got the Bruins, the Leafs, that are really the top two teams, and now even the Lightning are starting to fall off just enough to give you some level of concern. And not that I think there's going to be any problems. This is a playoff team. As long as they make the playoffs, they're a threat. I think there is a little bit of a sense of, can they still get home ice advantage? The good news is they're only 4 points back of the Leafs. You can't avoid the Leafs. I think the Leafs and the Lightning is almost the most guaranteed playoff series we already have at this point. And we're starting to see both of those teams kind of maybe size each other up, right? See how they're doing. The Leafs and the Lightning going up against each other. It's definitely going to be interesting to see those two teams. The Leafs making that trade today, adding Lafferty and Jake McCabe. And I got to think to some extent, Kyle Dubas is looking at, his team's, depth chart and the Lightning depth chart and kind of looking at what are the things that we need to beat this team. They need to be ready to face each other. So we'll see what happens with that. And what else are you guys saying in the chat? Morgan says, for the weekend streams, I'll be there the whole time. Okay, Morgan. Yeah, I would. That's perfect. Yeah, I think that's definitely something we can do, Morgan. If I know I have you for the weekends, I'll I'll definitely make you a moderator. And PJ, same thing. If you're interested in being a moderator, let me know. How good has that line been for the Red Wings? Tyler Bertuzzi, only his fourth of the season. Jeez. But Pia Suter and Oscar Sundqvist, their line has played very well this season. Shout out to the Red Wings. I think it's their third line. Very solid this year. Morgan also said, "In the weekday streams, I'll be there most of the time, but at like 9 p.m., I'm gonna have to go to bed, homie." That's fine, Morgan. That's all right. And being a mod does definitely sound interesting, and it will be fun to knock people out of the chat. Yeah, you already know. Listen, as we start to develop here on Goal Line Hockey Live and get more attention, I could see us getting some haters or just people being weird and doing weird stuff. Um, if PJ's here, he probably knows what I'm talking about. We've had some weird stuff in the first couple of streams, but knock on wood, nothing really since then. But yeah, I would like to start getting some moderators in there. Urban says, kick out all the Coyotes fans. Yes, you guys like that, of course. All right, so we are getting ready for the second period of the Detroit Red Wings and the Ottawa Senators. 1-0 Red Wings. The Senators played well, and they have a power play at the end of the first period, starting the second period. So let's see what they have in store before Dylan Larkin comes out of the penalty box. PJ says, kick out all the Ranger fans. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome back, Dennis. Thank you for joining us. I believe Dennis is a Devils fan. Yeah. And I've been seeing your comments, Dennis. Don't think I haven't noticed you. Thank you for the comments and supporting us. He has a really good question. He said, where do you think Connor Bedard wants to go in terms of the draft? Considering the fact he's from North Vancouver, I'm going to assume Vancouver. But again, you can't guarantee these things. We saw McDavid, who's from like the Toronto area. Obviously, he didn't go to the Leafs, but there's a strong chance Bedard could end up going to the Canucks. And considering the way the Canucks are kind of getting themselves ready for the draft with all these draft picks and prospects and stuff, they could potentially try to trade for that first overall pick. And I'm sure that's a video we'll talk about more this summer. And Urban says, Bedard has no choice. It'll be CBJ. Yeah, see, that's where I think I don't agree with that, Urban. I agree in the sense that Columbus will be dead last in the standings. I think the Arizona Coyotes will get the first overall pick and win the lottery. Whether that's the tinfoil hat Illuminati of Gary Bettman, maybe doing some fishery to get that done, maybe. But I think he's going to end up going to the Arizona Coyotes. Lukatzer, what's going on, sir? Welcome to the chat, Lukatzer. He said, do you guys think Red Wings will win? Need to bet and don't know anything about hockey. Shout out to Lukatzer. Welcome to the chat if you're still here. I would go with the Red Wings tonight. I would. The Senators had a really good game on Hockey Night in Canada, beating the Montreal Canadiens. I think they might come out a little bit slow, and that's kind of what we've seen so far. Again, I'm putting this out there. I'm not giving you financial advice, but I think the Red Wings are going to win tonight. PJ says, Bedard with Gaudreau and Laine will be nice. I'm sure they wouldn't mind that. And considering they already have, I don't know if Texier is going to play again with the Blue Jackets, but Alexander Texier, Cole Sillinger, and I'm forgetting the other center they just drafted. Oh, no, they drafted the defenseman on the back end who looks really good. I'm forgetting his name now. You guys will let me know. Who's the defenseman that the Blue Jackets just drafted in the first round? Liam Foodie's very nice too. Yes. Yeah, Dennis said, I think if it were up to him, he'd pick Vancouver too. Yeah, he would. No, not Slavic. He might be Slavic, Urban. And shout out to Urban. Urban, let me know. PJ and Urban, do you guys want to be moderators here on the channel for the live streams? I already have Morgan in, but if you guys are interested in being moderators, also let me know if you're interested. Hey, what's going on, Matt Stein? Welcome to the chat, Matt. It's good to see you back in here again. Matt Stein, can I be a mod? I'm down. Yeah, Matt, you can be a mod, but the thing is, you got to be in the chat often enough. Like these guys are in every stream for most of the stream. But Matt Stein, if you're in it like a little bit more often, yeah, I would definitely make you a mod. Of course, I'm looking for mods. Okay, I'll try to come in more often. Yeah, yeah, Matt, I definitely be down to make you a mod for sure. So what do you guys want to talk about? I see a bunch of you guys here in the chat. Don't be afraid. Let me know what you guys think of the Ottawa Senators, the Detroit Red Wings. Do you guys have any questions about what the Senators or Red Wings could do ahead of the deadline? I think the main focus right now in Red Wing land, as much as they're excited about the deadline, they want to know what's going to happen with Dylan Larkin, right? Like, I think most Red Wing fans are kind of like, we need to sign Larkin. And I think, considering their current situation, they'd be kind of screwed if Larkin left them this summer for Vegas, or Urban's going to like this, Minnesota. Again, if Larkin gets that far, but if Larkin's dead set and his agent Pat Brisson on getting $9 million, I don't think Yzerman's going to give it to him. I think at best he would get 8.75 per year. But I want to know what you guys think. Dennis says, oh yeah, Matt Stein, he says, super pumped about the Timo Meier trade. Yeah, that was a really good trade for the Devils, honestly. I mean, the Sharks did well. I don't know how my guy Shaka is, but it was a very good trade for the Devils. Dennis also said, can you discuss the top guys who will follow Bedard? Heard it's a deep draft. And I've heard out there that according to this year's going into the trade deadline, just to give you guys kind of a sense of some in terms of the value of second round picks, teams that are out of the playoff right now, their second round pick is being regarded as high of a value as first round picks. So those top 10 selections in the second round, like between picks 33 to 43 to 50-ish, they're being considered the same value as a first round pick. That is how high so many people are in this year's draft. That second round, there are going to be some gems there. Like a lot of people are really intense. I mean, that's why I'm surprised there's been so many moves in terms of assets. And the Senators on the power play tied the game. And it looks like, who is that? Brandstrom? Jake Sanderson with a goal for the Senators. Shout out to Jake Sanderson. And a big goal there. So we are tied at 1. Yeah, so specifically the two guys after Bedard are Adam Fantilli. There's a little bit of debate who's third, if it's the defenseman. I believe it's Johansson Gabe. I think it's Gabe Carlson. It's somebody like that. You guys will let me know the defenseman. And Matvei Michev has been talked about a lot. But the problem with Michev, a lot of people have been saying a little bit of an attitude issue with Michev. And of course, with the Russians, it's always the concern that they never come to the States or come to North America. So Michev is definitely a very skilled player, but there's some questions around him. And that's maybe why he's not more along the lines of second overall. I think the Red Wings, I would love to see the Red Wings get the second overall pick, just so they have to decide between Adam Fantilli or Matvei Michev. Because I think Red Wings fans are scared that they wouldn't go with the Michigan Wolverine Fantilli and would go for Michev instead. So I want to know what you guys think of that. Urban says, I'm hoping Besser to Mini. His best option with a third team trade. Larkin, we can't afford till 2026. Yeah, that's the problem. I think the Red Wings, the Minnesota Wild need a first line center, and Larkin would be perfect. And for Larkin, he'd still be staying in the Midwest, right? It's not like he's going all the way out to Vegas or California or something like that. But yeah, right. They don't have the money with the buyout. What's going on, Tim Stuchla? Wow. Welcome to the chat, Tim Stuchla. The one and only Tim Stuchla. Let me know if you guys have any. Obviously, there's Senators fans here in the chat. Let me know what you guys want to talk about. PJ said, dude was ready to go to the KHL. I think Kaprizov is going to leave the Wild when his contract is up. He might. And it depends on his situation. Again, I don't know. I think he has a wife. I don't think he has a kid yet. Or he might have a kid, Kaprizov. So maybe if we've seen guys do that before, right? Krejci left the Bruins for a year and came back. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time we've seen something like that happen, but we'll see what happens. Morgan says, "Hey, Kev, my good friend Hayden's second uncle is Alex Goligoski of the Minnesota Wild." Isn't that cool? That is pretty cool, Morgan. Shout out to Alex Goligoski. Kaprizov trusts Garin in his plan. He'll resign. Yeah, I think that's ultimately, again, when Kaprizov signed the deal he did, he was kind of letting everyone know that he trusts Bill Garin. And I think he made that point clear with that extension. So again, you never know because it's what I think he just signed that 8-year deal. In 8 years, who knows what happens, but I do think he'll end up staying. And if you guys want to guarantee, the chat's going pretty good. If you guys want to guarantee I answer your question, leave a super chat to help donate to the soundboard that I'm looking to get here. I'm looking to get back to you guys with those super chats, but I'm trying to answer as many as I can. I'm doing the best I can. Dennis says, will the Panthers make the playoffs? That's a great question, Dennis. I don't think they will. I think they've played too many games at hand, and David Perron on the power play. So 2 power play goals here in the second period. And Thomas Chabot looks a little frustrated coming out of the box. And it is back to a lead for the Detroit Red Wings. Yeah, some pumped up Red Wings fans in the crowd. Yeah, I don't think the Panthers will make the playoffs, specifically for the reason that I just don't think they have played way too many games and they're not playing well. Like the Islanders have played 63 games, but they've been playing well recently. The Panthers haven't, right? They lost that game to the Sabres a couple of nights ago. They lost, I think, to the Capitals. Like, they've been losing games that they should be winning in the division, and you really can't afford that, right? And Matt, with a great question, he said, do you see the Devils making any more moves? Yes, I do, Matt. I think they're going to go after another forward. I could see them very easily going after JVR. I think James Van Riemsdyk, again, fitting the salary is going to be a big part of it. But I think JVR to the Devils would be a nice fit. I know they looked at Nino Niederreiter, but obviously he's off the board. He went to Winnipeg. Max Domi's another one I would look at if I'm the Devils. So I think they're going to get another player here. Don't think that the Devils are done. And again, they're going to be playing the Rangers in the first round. They better be ready for everything that they are going to get thrown at them from the Rangers. Because right now in a series between the Rangers and the Devils, it's very hard to not pick the Rangers right now. Just the amount of depth they have. But again, Shesterkin, with the way he's been playing, it could make things a little bit shaky for the Rangers. So we'll see what happens. PJ says he might pull off a Goudreau. Maybe. Yeah, I think Urban's right, though. Do you think it's possible Flames can land Brock Besser? His name has been linked to the Flames. I think the problem is, and I don't think this is impossible, but the idea of trading in the division to a geographical rival in Calgary, I don't know if that's going to sit well in Vancouver in particular. I'm not saying it's impossible. The Flames have the assets to get it done. But when you see those trades between teams in the same division, especially in this sort of scenario, I don't know. People were even saying, like, why wouldn't Vegas, why wouldn't San Jose trade him to the Golden Knights? Yeah, okay, so the next 3 years, the Sharks aren't competitive. But what happens when they are? And in the first round, Timo Meier gets a hat trick against them in Game 7. He's still got another 4 years on his contract with the Golden Knights, right? So I get the argument that you could trade in your division, this and that. The Canucks aren't competitive right now, but what happens when they are? And Besser's still there. So that's kind of how I look at it, right? So far, the action is picked up here in the first 5 minutes. 2 goals here in the beginning of the second period. Things have gotten pretty interesting. The scuffles have kind of died off in this game. It hasn't been too aggressive, but it's definitely been a pretty entertaining game. Another pretty good one here tonight in Ottawa. And like I said, this is the first of the second of a back-to-back. So they'll be playing again tomorrow in Detroit. And I assume Ville Husso will get the start for the Red Wings. And Cam Talbot's name has been floated around recently in terms of trade rumors. So maybe we see a Cam Talbot trade for the Senators. Because we know things didn't go so well in Minnesota. Urban would be the first to tell you that. Yo, we got a super chat shout out to PJ with the $2.79 Canadian. Thank you for supporting us at Goal Line Hockey. He's got nothing to say, but thank you, PJ, for supporting the new soundboard fund. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much, PJ. And Morgan says, hey, Kev, will the Sabres make the playoffs? And how far will Vegas make it into the postseason? So the Sabres, I want them to make the playoffs. I think one of the Sabres or the Red Wings makes the playoffs. And it's kind of a hard decision to make right now, right? And we'll see you in a minute, PJ. Thank you for the super chat. I think the Sabres are right there. And I think if you ask either of the fan bases for the Sabres or the Red Wings, neither of them wants the playoff spot because they know that they're going to have to go up against Boston. And I think they'd rather the lottery odds of getting Bedard over getting thumped and pumped and dumped in the garbage by the Boston Bruins in the first round. So it's one of those things where I think it's it's good for now to get those playoff games. But the reality is playing the Bruins in the first round likely isn't going to end well for either the Sabres or the Red Wings if they get in. So if I had a gun to my head right now, I think I'm going to go with the Sabres getting into the postseason over the Red Wings. And I think whoever somehow gets in gets the consolation. The real prize is the consolation prize, and that's the better odd, the lottery odds of getting Bedard, because I hate to say it, those extra playoff tickets, it might be a gong show against the Boston Bruins. Urban said, when the Kings won the Cup as the 8, who did they beat in the first round? Was a first seed. Urban, that is a good point. That's a good point. And again, the argument for that is the teams that squeak their way into the playoffs, they've been playing playoff hockey since March. So by the time the second week of April comes and the first quote unquote playoff game has begun, the Bruins could have a ton of guys scratched, resting some guys getting ready for the playoffs, and they're not in quote unquote playoff form. While that snuck into the playoffs like the Kings did that year they won the Cup, they'd have been playing playoff hockey already for a month. So yes, that is definitely a good point there, Urban. And again, some of that comes into fold, but I think the Bruins are such a veteran team. I find it hard to believe they are going to lose the first round. And maybe someone will clip that and they end up losing, and I might have just cursed them now. But I don't know. It's not impossible, but this Bruins team is good, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't seen them in person, do. But I want to hear what you guys think. Matt Stein said, curse. Do you think the Sabres will fall victim to the President's Trophy? Good job, Kevin. You just jinxed the Bruins. Maybe I did. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. And welcome to the chat. A bunch of you guys joining us. I think the Bruins are too good. Again, maybe you guys would agree with me, and maybe you have or haven't seen the Bruins in person. I do not see anybody beating the Bruins. I just don't. And like I said, whether it's the Sabres or Red Wings that sneaks into the playoffs and gets to play the Bruins in the first round, I just don't see them beating the Bruins. I just don't. And Bruins fans will hate me probably in a couple of months. I just don't see it. Yo, welcome to me. Go Red Wings. Guys, what are your predictions for this game between the Red Wings and the Senators? Let me know down below. Oh my God, what a save by Magnus Hellberg. Woo! And then he robs him. Wow. Mike G says, chip and a chair, sends throwing it. What's going on, Mike G? Welcome to the Goal Line Hockey live stream. Welcome to a bunch of you guys here in the Goal Line Hockey live stream. Make sure to like the live stream and let me know what you guys think of the Red Wings and the Senators. This is a great game. There's been a ton of power plays, a ton of penalty kills. I'd like to see a little bit more fighting if I were to be honest, but it's been pretty good so far. Liked and subscribe. Welcome, Mike G. Welcome to Goal Line Hockey. I think you're going to like it here. You seem like you got a good vibe. Welcome. Urban said, I'd like to see the Bruins win it this year, but we love playoff hockey. I think people would love to see the Bruins get beat in the first round, though. I mean, listen, I got my revenge on the island as an Islanders fan in 2021, watching them lose with Bruce Cassidy and the whole New York Saints thing. But I don't know. I would like to see the Bruins. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. But I kind of like the Bruins this year. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy for that. And maybe that's because I have so much respect for Patrice Bergeron. I'd like to see him win another cup. I don't care about Marchand winning a cup. I really Marchand is hit list, but other than that, I do like a lot of the guys on the Boston Bruins. So we'll see what happens. But at the end of the day, I just think that the Bruins are going to be a real juggernaut this year, and they're going to be a tough out for anybody that somehow beats them. It is going to be a really well-earned playoff series if they're able to beat them. I mean, look at their season right now. They already have 45 wins this season, 95 points. Like, good Lord. Who is beating the Red Wings? Who is beating the Bruins right now? Guys, if you could give me a team that could beat the Bruins in a 7-game series, let me know which teams could realistically beat the Boston Bruins in the playoffs. Let me know. And the Senators back on the power play. They have a really good power play. The way they move the puck is very I got to give the Senators credit. I don't know if that's DJ Smith or the power play guy. Yeah, Colorado Ducks. Yeah, the Ducks will beat the Boston Bruins in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Euro Vakainen with the game winner for the Anaheim Ducks. I would love to see that. That would be great. But no, Tanner, I don't think we're going to see that. But thank you for joining us, Tanner. I appreciate it. Uh-oh, we got another penalty. Jeez, there is a lot of penalties in this game. And the Red Wings are back on the penalty kill. So after just killing a penalty, the Red Wings are back on the PK once again. Morgan asked a good question. He said, hey, Kev, is Barbashev like a mini-me of Bergeron? He's not as talented and doesn't have the hockey IQ of Patrice Bergeron, but I get what you're saying. Yeah, he plays a similar game to Bergeron. He's a very good two-way guy. I don't know how he is in the face-off circle, but I really, like I said, I picked that one, and I really like that pick. I really like that pickup for the Golden Knights. I haven't been a huge fan of Kelly McCrimmon, but that was a good pickup for them. That's a guy that, if I'm not mistaken, wins faceoffs. Not a bad move. Not a bad move. And again, for a team trying to go on a playoff run this year, you can't really go wrong with a guy like that. He's playing on the first line left wing. Okay, thank you, Morgan. Yeah, let me take a look, because that's a big part of Bergeron's game is his faceoff ability. Let me see. Yeah, they don't really show it. He's playing almost 20 minutes a night. So again, he can play. He's definitely going to get a lesser role with the Golden Knights, but this is a guy that can play, and I think if they need him to, can jump into the top 6. Like you said, he'll be starting off on the first line. I think that's great. Get him right into action, get him going. And again, you're trying to fill the role of Mark Stone. He's no Mark Stone, but he is a good player. Yeah, somebody on the bench. Yeah, another Wings penalty. Oh, yeah. Oy vey. Yeah. Oy vey is right, Mike. Yeah, the fans in the I'm watching a live stream and people are very upset. They are like, "This is rigged. They're buying the refs, this and that." I think it's so funny. That's why I like the Red Wings too. Like, they have a big fan base. And I made a video earlier and I was talking about the Red Wings blue line, and I'm sure Mike G is gonna think this is funny. But I talked about the Red Wings blue and the Senators tie it on the power play. Drake Batherson just walks right in. The Red Wings were watching. Yeah, Perron's mad because that was a tough call. But shout out to this, yeah, another Wings penalty. Yeah, yeah, yeesh. Yeah, definitely a tough. Even Senators fans are like, "Okay, I won't celebrate Wings fans. Goal for the refs." Yo, I love Red Wings fans. So unfair. Detroit will probably win. Good shot by the refs. Yo, these guys are going off on the refs. That's funny. I'm surprised Ottawa fans don't have PTSD from the horn sounds. Assist from the refs. Yeah, this is tough to watch. Nice jump, Brady. That shot was still a nice one, though. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, there's a lot of salty Red Wings fans in the live stream I'm watching. Yeah, interference on Perron. Again, it's one of those calls that when you have those calls that is like a judgment call, it never goes well, right? Like if it's not black and white, like yes, that's a penalty, right? He's over the blue line or isn't over the blue line. There's no question, right? But with these calls, it's a judgment call. And that's what we saw in the Super Bowl, right? Like, was it a hold or not? Like, when it's a judgment call and you have to really think about it and it's not just yes or no, it makes it so difficult for the officials. So as much as I understand people being mad at the officials, a lot of that is the league not making it a clear cookie cutter penalty where yes, that's a slash, no, that's not a slash, yes, that's a trip, no, it's not a trip. I think that's why there's so much frustration in just officiating in general is they make it so it's not so clear, right? That's what Tanner says. He said holding is so inconsistent. Right. And why is it not consistent? Because there's not a clear call one way or the other. That's a huge part of the problem. Mike G says, plus the game is physical already and they're calling interference. Yeah. I guess you don't want the dead puck era, right? You don't want the dead puck era, but you want some kind of physicality. And it's a fine line that the NHL hasn't figured out. Mike G says they put a revolving door on the Wings penalty box. Morgan with a great question. He said, hey, Kevin, if the Golden Knights players are healthy and get Corpusalo during the trade deadline, how far will they go in the postseason? I think the Golden Knights can go to the conference finals easily. They've gone to the conference finals the last couple of years. Bruce Cassidy never got the Bruins that far, so I have my questions about that. But I think they can go to the conference finals if healthy. So those are my thoughts on the Knights. But listen, whether you like the officiating and stuff like that, it has been a good game so far between the Senators and the Red Wings. It has been entertaining, right? Maybe Red Wings fans don't like the calls, but it has been a good, entertaining game so far. And you could tell 5-on-5, the Red Wings are a lot better. I mean, obviously, right? There's an even amount of players on the ice. And a semi breakaway. Oh, man, Giroux got away with one. Red Wing fans are going to be freaking out. Man, I don't blame them, though, because that's a defensive breakdown. That's a defensive breakdown by the Red Wings, but that's a tough call. Tatori Muji, what's going on, man? Can anyone see my comment? Yes, we can. Shout out. I'm going to call you Toe because that's a really tough name. Shout out to Toe. Welcome to the chat, man. Islanders versus Wild tomorrow, baby. Yeah, I wish I could do a stream of that, Urban. But unfortunately, we will be doing a live stream Wednesday between Timo Meier and his new teammates in New Jersey against the Colorado Avalanche at 9 p.m. Eastern. That will be our next live stream Wednesday night. Matt Stein said, do you think the Red Wings will make the playoffs? I hate to say it. I'm going with the Sabres. If I had to choose between the Sabres or the Red Wings, I'm gonna go with the Sabres. So no, I don't have the Red Wings making the playoffs this year. As much as I'd love to see it, I just don't think they're gonna get it done. I think at some point the goaltending is gonna come back to bite them. Urban said slacker. Thanks, Urban. I appreciate the moral support, but thank you, Urban. I know you're just messing with me. Yeah, we'll be back Wednesday night. And tomorrow night is going to be a grind for me because tonight I'm going to be snow plowing likely. And I don't think I'm going to be sleeping tonight. So I might be a little bit tired and cranky tomorrow night. I just don't know if I'm going to have the time to sleep. So I think that's what we're going to be looking at. Toe, what's going on, Toe? He said, finally, had to change the account. I've been commenting nonstop on your streams, but no one's seen them. Okay, so I am seeing them now. PJ, welcome back, PJ. Toe said, sent a super chat, and that $1 euro came up, but my comment was left out. You know what, Toe? The chat was a little bit glitchy earlier, and I actually shut down the live stream and made another one. So that might have been part of the issue, Toe. But welcome back. And guys, if you have not already, make sure to like the live. Make sure to like the chat. It helps us out. Trying to get it up. Our record is 30 likes in a chat, and I'm trying to get over that tonight. So we'll see if we can do it. Thank you, PJ. He said he liked it. If PJ liked it, you guys have to like it. That's how it works. Thank you for getting the likes up, guys. I appreciate it a lot. Now we're at lucky number 13. But it's been a great game so far between the Senators and the Red Wings, and I'm hoping that another game starts to come up. There should be another. Yeah, the Bruins and Oilers should be starting soon. That'll be an interesting game as well. Guys, thank you so much. You guys are the best. You liked it. You liked it. Thank you. PJ says, if we get 40 likes on the stream, then Kevin has to get the world's hottest pepper. Not for 40 likes. We got to do a little bit better than that. But the likes are going up, guys. Thank you so much. If we get this to 100 likes, I'll eat a hot pepper. But we got to get to 100 likes. And I don't know if we're going to get there. My girlfriend asks if I'm on break. Is it snowing at home? I don't think it's snowing here. I'm preparing for snow, but listen, Ange, if it's going to snow, it's going to snow by you before it snows by me. I'm checking on the weather app. And we lost a like, guys. We had a like and then lost one. What's going on with that? It is snowing by you. Okay. Yeah, I'm checking the weather app because I can't actually see outside. It's too dark. I can't tell if it is or not. And the Red Wings are on the power play, so they should be happy about this. It is snowing here. It is snowing on Long Island, ladies and gentlemen. It is snowing. So get the likes up because it's snowing on Long Island. That's how it works. Got to get likes up. And Larkin, oh my God, Larkin had such a good chance right there. PJ said the Red Wings are overrated. And drive safe on your way home. Yes, thank you, Morgan. It's still 72 degrees here and humid. Yuck. Urban, where are you? Are you in Minnesota? Please tell me it's not 72 degrees in Minnesota. I don't believe that for a second. I think you're capping, Urban. If you're in Minnesota, that is. PJ asked if I drift in the snow. I drift during regular weather. I'm a guy that likes to drive a little bit on the faster side. So I don't know if I go out of my way to drift in the snow, but I do drift. Urban's from Galveston, Texas. Okay. I've considered moving down to Texas. That sounds really nice. If I gotta be honest, 72 degrees right now sounds really good. Like I was in a t-shirt earlier because it was 45 degrees on Long Island. Like PJ moved to Canada. No, I am don't even I'm afraid to visit Canada, let alone live there. Sorry, PJ. I ain't moving up there. It's too cold. I don't agree with their politics. I ain't moving to Canada. No, sir. I deal with enough in New York with the BS. I am not going up there. No way. Not happening. Tanner said it was a chilly 60 something in North Carolina today. Wow. 60 degrees in NC. That's awesome. Uh-oh. David Perron, Matthew Joseph, Bertuzzi, Batherson, Sanderson, Fabry. We got a little bit of sandpaper in this game, ladies and gentlemen. Morgan said it's 27 degrees where I'm at. Yeah, Morgan, see, that's the problem with Northern Nevada. I don't know if I can move there. I don't know if I can move there if it's that cold. Like, maybe that's like a weekend getaway, but I don't think I could deal with that. That's freaking cold, man. I already have problems with my circulation, like like my fingers get like white and I get really cold, and I'm only 22. Like, God forbid I make it to 50 or 60. I don't think I could handle the cold when I'm older. PJ says he doesn't agree either. I don't know if I can answer this, but what are your thoughts on Sleepy Joe? Let's put it this way, PJ. I didn't vote for Sleepy Joe. I'll leave it at that. I don't want to make this political, but I did not vote for Sleepy Joe. Somebody's tooth is on the ice. Oh my God, Travis Hamonic. He's a bloody man with his teeth on the ice in Ottawa. Yo, this is getting good. This is a good hockey game. Shout out to Travis Hamonic. He was a great New York Islander back in the day. He's got gauze in his nose. He's bleeding out of his nose. Dennis says, you're 22. I have road clips. I have roach clips older than you. Shout out to Dennis. Matthew Stein, where do you live now? I live on Long Island in New York. I'm a New Yorker, ladies and gentlemen. I'm 40 minutes out of New York City. So I get to enjoy the city when I want, but I'm far enough away where people aren't pooping in the streets where I live. So I do enjoy that pleasantry. I have the option to go when I want to, but I'm far enough away from the BS. And Matthew, Brady Tkachuk, and it's 4-2 Ottawa. Yo, that was a great shot, though, by Tkachuk. That was a nice shot. Yo, these Senators fans are excited right now, and they should be. I think Red Wings fans are pissed with the penalties earlier, though. PJ says Sparrow Pizza is a good place in New York. I've never been to. Are you saying, please, PJ, if you're talking about Sparrow, please tell me it is not Sparrow. If it's Sparrow Pizza, I don't know what that is. But if it is Sparrow Pizza, shake my head. That is not pizza. No, PJ. Sparrow Pizza. Oh, my God. That's like Taco Bell pizza. Okay, PJ. Okay. You got me, PJ. You got me. That is not real pizza. Sparrow Pizza is not real pizza. But thank you for some of you guys joining the chat. Let me know what you guys think of the Red Wings and Senators game, because I assume a bunch of upset, rightfully so, Red Wing fans are going to be in the chat here. And you can see Sherratt's getting aggressive. The Red Wings are a little bit cranky right now. Matt Stein said Domino's or Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut, because their breadsticks are better, in my opinion. So Pizza Hut. You got the little marinara with the breadsticks. I'm going with Pizza Hut. And now you guys are making me hungry again. And listen, some of you have been asking in the chat whether I had my chicken parm. My girlfriend did make my chicken parm. So I had my chicken parm this week, and I have plenty of leftover. So shout out to my girl. PJ said, I think Sherratt wasn't a good signing for the Red Wings. He just hasn't been that good for them. Yeah, I agree. I think they overpaid for him. I think that was the concern with Sherratt in general last summer, was basically whoever signed him was going to overpay. And that's kind of what happened to the Red Wings. They definitely overpaid for him. And some people have even said, is that the worst contract in the NHL right now? It's an argument to be made, at the very least. Urban said Red Wings fans say burn it down. Dennis said Domino's pizza is vile. Yeah, it is kind of vile. Like it's one of those things like I'm in college, so it makes sense if you get Domino's pizza, but I got to be honest, I'm too bougie for the Domino's pizza. We got too much good pizza around here. Like even like I'm trying to think like if you guys have like frozen bagels, frozen pizza, stuff like that, like frozen even ice cream. We got frozen. You can't have frozen ice cream because we have Carvel. Like good Carvel, you got to have Carvel over like Friendly's ice cream and stuff like that. Um, Bagels, we have really good bagel places in New York. So I just same thing. And pizza, we have good pizza. So you don't have frozen pizza. There's like certain rules for things you can't have. You can't have frozen bagels, you can't have frozen pizza, and like Friendly's ice cream. You can't have it. Toe says, who will the Caps sell before the deadline? That's a really good point because I think the Capitals could actually be quite quiet, or so we think. There has been rumors that the Capitals have made it known to the Coyotes that they are interested in Chychrun. And because they have the Bruins and their own first round pick, Jacob Chychrun could go to the Capitals. Now, another name I've thrown out there that a lot of people aren't a fan of is Montreal Canadiens defenseman Joel Edmondson. I think he's another guy to keep a watch out here for the Washington Capitals. If the, I know the Oilers and a couple of other teams have checked in on Edmondson, I know the Capitals should be in on that as well. Urban said Wingstop wings are the best. I've tried Wingstop once in Pennsylvania, but other than that, we only have one Wingstop, and it's not that close to me, so I haven't really gone out that way too much. PJ says Darnell Nurse has the worst contract. Yes, okay. 9.5 for Darnell Nurse. You got me. Yeah, PJ, that's the worst contract in the league by far. PJ says, hey, Kev, Pizza Hut wings are super underrated. Yes, Pizza Hut wings are underrated. But again, there's so many good bars around here on Long Island that have really good fresh wings that I don't tend to go that route. But yes, that is if you're going to Pizza Hut or Domino's, yeah, Pizza Hut does have very good wings. Tanner says Joel Edmondson with a good amount of injuries this year, he'll fit right in with the Caps this year. Yeah, that's true. But I think that is the big problem with Edmondson's value, right? Like I think the Habs want to get a first round pick for Joel Edmondson, but his injury history has kind of made that like a non-starter as a first round pick. You can't really, I don't think they're going to get it for him. Right? Like if the Habs ask, oh yeah, we want a first round pick, and teams are just going to say, we're not going to do it. Toe says, I think the Caps should trade for Gustafsson and or Lars Eller Konashiri and use both assets for Chychrun. Eric Gustafsson. Oh, you're saying they should trade Eric Gustafsson. I think that's kind of the order right now. Uh-oh. Things are getting feisty at the end of the second period. Kachuk and Suter. Shabbat's getting in there. Oh, this is a good hockey game in Ottawa. Man. They're dominating the Red Wings on the score sheet. Kachuk's dominating them physically. Oh, man, this is a good hockey game. I think that Toe, to answer your question for the Capitals, I think it's more along the lines of what do they want to do, right? Because if you want to re-sign Gust, like I think they're going through the list right now, right? They went with Orlov first. Can we sign Orlov? Yes or no? Okay, we're not signing him. All right, he's gone. Next on the list, Gustafsson. Does Gustafsson want to sign long term? Okay, we'll figure that out. Same thing with TVR. Does he want to sign long term? If not, all right, you're gone. I think that's what they're going to do with all these defensemen is from Orlov down in priority, we're going to see them make moves. And I think that that's kind of the way they've done things with Milano and Dylan Strome. They gave those guys extensions first because they were a higher priority. Matthew Stein says, do you think McDavid can finish second all-time in points? I think he can. Honestly, I mean, I look, everybody says like Ovechkin won't break the goal record. I don't know. I think McDavid can. He is so good. He is just like to a level that nobody can really even comprehend. Like you could see him on the ice against some really good players, and he's still by far the best player out there. He has another goal tonight versus Boston. Oh man, we missed it. And he had 2 goals the other night against Columbus. We were watching some of that game. Jack Hughes is the best. Yeah, Jack Hughes is really, really good too. And then Urban says hot wings are so good. So what I might do for the and guys, if you do not know already, Friday is the NHL trade deadline. And we are going to be doing a live stream at 10 a.m. Eastern. That is my plan. We'll be doing a live stream on Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern. So stay tuned for that. And maybe I'll get Domino's or Pizza Hut. Let me know, guys. Would you rather Domino's or Pizza Hut for my live stream on Friday? Or I'll get regular pizza. We'll see. Like real pizza. We'll see what happens. Dennis will be there. Guys, let me know if you'll be at the Goal Line Hockey live stream on Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern. Dennis will be there. I'll be there. Let me know who else will be there for the Goal Line Hockey live stream on Friday. Pete says, can't wait for Friday's live stream. Everyone, mark your calendars. Yes, sir. And set reminders on your phone for the live stream. Yes, and I'll give you guys notifications. I will be doing that live stream. That's why I'm kind of breaking up these live streams this week, is because I know that Friday is going to be a long one. And it might get to the point where I'm like juggling breadsticks because I don't know what we're going to talk about on deadline day, because we've seen so many trades happen before the deadline already. It could be either a really slow or a really big deadline, right? So I'm definitely looking forward to it, though, nonetheless. And I'm probably going to do a lot of refreshing on Twitter. That's what I tend to do on trade deadline day, but we'll be doing that. Matt Stein said, I'll also get pizza and watch you on Friday. That's perfect, Matt. I will see you on Friday, too. Toe said, we don't have Domino's here, so I have to go with Pizza Hut. Okay, Toe. All right. PJ says, Signore's pizza is the best. Sadly, Americans don't have that. Yeah, I don't even know what that is. Is that what it's called? Signore's? I don't even know. Oh, that is what it's called. Signore's Pizza. It says it's in San Francisco, Santa Clara. So I assume it's more of a Spanish thing, but I think we do have them in the States. I just think they're San Francisco, California. So they're in the States, but in California. Morgan said, did you say juggling breadsticks? I might be juggling breadsticks on Friday, ladies and gentlemen. So stay tuned for that on Friday, because depending on if this deadline is really quiet, that might be what I have to do. PJ says, move to California. I will probably move to Canada before I move to California. Not happening. Not moving to California. Rich people pizza, LOL. Oh, is that what it is, Urban? Urban said, I should be there. I'll know more Wednesday after MRI what my schedule will be. Why are you having an MRI, Urban? You can't leave us on a hanger like that, Urban. What is going on? Why do you need an MRI? And if you don't want to tell us, you don't have to, but you're kind of leaving me wanting to know more there. Toe said, move to Finland. Is that where you're from, Toe? Let me know where you're from, Toe. Are you from move to Finland? I don't know. I've never been to Finland, but listen, if I were ever single again, and Ange might not like that, but I've heard that the Finnish girls are pretty nice over there. Shoulder surgery again. I have a broken finger. Jesus, you guys all have these injuries. Broken fingers, shoulder surgery. Kev with that W Riz. Yo, you already know it. I was a player back in my day. Ange was the lucky one to get me. PJ said, Kev, open that door next to you. Maybe on Friday I will open the door next to me. You got to stay tuned for Friday, though. And did you guys see my St. Patrick's jersey? Let me know if you want to see the jersey next to me because I have my St. Patrick's jersey for our St. Patty's Day live stream. No, you haven't? Let's see it. I know PJ wants to see it. Guys, get the video to 20 likes and I'll show you the jersey that I have with me right next to me. Get the video to 20 likes, guys. Get those likes up. Morgan said, I'm eating an artichoke. Okay, interesting. Yo, Toe says, Finnish girls are number one. Yeah, greetings from Finland. It's 3:52 o'clock here. Is that 3:52 in the morning? Yo, Toe, shout out to you. Our first Finnish member here at Goal Line Hockey. Shout out to you. And Dennis said, glad that TIMO suspense is over. Didn't want to have to refresh Twitter every 30 seconds all week long. Yeah, that's probably the life of a Rangers fan right now because I have an inside source. I can't say all the details and stuff like that. But apparently Kane is going to the Rangers and it's like it's there. It's just getting the money to work. So the deal is done. We just don't know it yet. Yo, what's going on, Brody? Partington, let's go, Senators. Welcome to the chat, Brody. PJ says Flames should tank for Bedard. They might be doing that, not even trying, PJ. Dennis said Eric Haula, New Jersey Devils superstar, is from Finland. Yo, there you go. You got some Finnish love here in the chat. We got some Finnish love on the Devils. Damn, that hurts to hear. What hurts to hear, PJ? What am I missing? I think I missed it. Somebody said something that hurts to hear. Oh, that the Flames suck. Yeah. I hate to say it. Markstrom has been bad this year, like really bad. I don't know. I'd like to say with optimism that the Flames are making the playoffs, but I just don't think the Flames have it. You have to go. Yeah, Urban's laughing because he knows that his Minnesota Wild are the team that would have to miss the playoffs for PJ's Flames to get in. I just don't see it. I have more faith in the Wild moving forward for the rest of this year than I do for the Flames. Flames traded their best player. Yeah, and the whole thing with Tkachuk and Gaudreau, a lot of that has to do with Canada. And I've talked about this in the past, but I think Canada is going to have a hard time with players because of the Canadian dollar, just the fact that it's cold there. And I think COVID really brought a lot of guys to say, I don't want to be in Canada. And it's really a shame because hockey, like there's so many of you guys in the chat are from Canada. It's a shame that they're having these problems. But I think moving forward, I think it is going to be a hindrance, even in free agency, trying to re-sign players, unless they are Canadian guys, which they're showing right now, Claude Giroux, who is from Ottawa and wanted to play for the Senators. Unless you get hometown guys, they're going to rather go to the States. They'd rather go play in Tampa or Florida or Vegas or New York, right? They'd rather go to those places than going to Canada. It is a shame, though. Yeah, PJ said they had to. Yeah, I'm not blaming the management. And I hate to say it, I think Tree Living is going to end up paying the price for what happens this year. But I don't think it was his fault, right? Gaudreau didn't want to stay, and Tkachuk didn't want to stay. Like, there's not much you can really do there. But again, that's part of Calgary. That's part of Canada in general right now. Brody said, Ottawa is having a decent year compared to the last few years. If they can win their games this week, they can move into a playoff spot. But Brody, I have a question for you. Do you want the Senators to make the playoffs? Because if they make the playoffs, then they have to play the Bruins or the Hurricanes at best in the first round, right? Is that in the best interest long-term for the Senators, or do the Senators just really want to make the playoffs, right? I think that's kind of a question you have to answer. Do you want the short-term success of making the playoffs this year, or do you want the long-term potentially getting Connor Bedard? That's kind of the debate you have to have in your head. Urban said Flames could get lucky. A Stars or Vegas or Oilers collapse. That's true. Guys, let's get it up to 20 likes if you can, so I can show you my jersey that I'm going to be wearing for St. Patty's. Get that up to 20 likes, guys, and I will show you the jersey that I want to show you that I got today. Brody said, don't care if they lose. It's more just making the playoffs. Don't need Bedard on the Sens. Obviously would be a great addition, but unnecessary. Yeah, so okay. So that's the argument, right? Like, if you really want to make the playoffs and sacrifice losing Bedard, I get what you're saying, right? Like, it's been so long. Yeah, I get that, Brody. Yeah, you want to make the playoffs. I totally get that. It's going to be tough for the Senators to make the playoffs, though, right now. And that's why I could see them, like, apparently they've been looking at Chikrin, but the problem is they don't, oh, they're showing the McDavid goal. Oh, man. That's one, I think that was Swayman. That's one Swayman's going to want back. That was a tough goal. Oh, no, and then the Bruins come back, I assume, because the Bruins always do. There you go. A perfectly just out of nowhere bounce. We're tied at 1 in Edmonton. Oh, man, that's a tough goal. Of course, it was Cody Ceci on the ice, right? But yeah, looking at the standings, Vegas is going to collapse, so Morgan doesn't have to worry. But LA has looked a little better. Honestly, Edmonton, out of those teams, I think Edmonton could be the one that falters. I think the Kings are pretty good. I think Vegas is pretty good. That would be a really good second round series. The LA Kings and the Vegas Golden Knights. I would love to see that. Brody said definitely just need a top 4 defender and should be locked in for a more solid run. And the problem is, I've heard that they've looked at Chikrin. They've checked in on Jacob Chikrin, the Senators, but the price is too high. And I've talked about this before. And another member, shout out to Ali Dash, he's a big Senators fan. I threw the proposal of Lawson Krause and Jacob Chikrin for the next 2 years of first-round picks, Shane Pinto and Eric Brandstrom. What do my Senators fans think of that? 2 first-round picks, this year's and next, Eric Brandstrom and Shane Pinto. And the holdup from Ali Dash was he didn't want to trade Pinto. And I get that, but you're getting Jacob Chikrin, right? And you're trading out Brandstrom, who's had a down season. He's up for a new contract, so they could get themselves out of that situation this summer. What do you guys think of that trade? Because he didn't like Lawson Krause either. Right? Who cares if it's Lawson Krause? He's actually had a good season. Brody said the Senators have recently just made some trades freeing up more than $5 million in cap space. We now have cap for a lot of fun. Yeah, but what do you think? What do you think of that trade? Right, like Chikrin and Dvorak, or Chikrin and not Dvorak. He's in Montreal now. Chikrin and Fisher. One of those guys. Either it's Krause, Fisher. I'm trying to think of the other one. He's been there for a while. One of those guys, right? Like a depth winger and Chikrin, right? And then you give up 2 first-round picks. Breaking news, Chikrin to Boston. Urban, don't say that. No, Urban, stop it. Stop the cap, Urban. I don't believe you. I don't see anything on that. I think he's messing with us, guys. JK got you. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't really believe it. Yeah, PJ got it. He was a little scared, like, uh-oh. I would like to watch some of this game, though. Guys, get the likes up so I can show you the jersey that I'll be wearing on St. Patty's. We need 20 likes today. Let's get that up. One more. I know one of you's in here that hasn't liked the video. Make sure to like the video, guys. And Vancouver and Dallas, pretty good game here. It's already 2-1, and they're not even through the first period. It's been pretty good. Morgan said, hey, Kev, it's nighttime. Yes, sir. Thank you, Brody. Just liked. We got to get that up to 20 likes, though, guys. We need one more like. and I'll show you the jersey that I showed in my earlier stream, but I want to show it to you guys. Brody said, can definitely trade Talbot, and we have a decent prospect pool to trade from with picks. We no longer really need to hold on to. What do you guys think of like trading Lassie Thompson or Jacob Bernard Docker? If you had to choose trading one of those guys, would you want to trade? If you had to trade either Bernard Docker or Thompson, which one would you trade? Guys, thank you for the likes. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. All right, so I'll show you guys the jersey. Lassie Thompson, finish legend. You'd rather trade Thompson? Yeah, that's what I figured. You're at 20. I'm at 21 now. Thank you guys so much. So, the jersey that I picked up today, I have an Islanders St. Patrick's jersey. What do you guys think of this? Chicago Blackhawks. It's their tradition. Oh, come on. Somebody unlike the video. Okay, there we go. You guys are messing with me. The clover, and then it's the regular Blackhawks beauty, but green. Yeah, don't be sad. But look, I mean, it's a Brandon Saad. Yeah, it's pretty nice, right? Like, I'm stoked. I like this jersey. And now you guys take away the likes. Yo, you guys are brutal. Rudolph Blaze Ingram. I don't know who that is, but welcome to the chat. I assume that's spam. And that's where I need a moderator because I'm pretty sure that's spam. I don't know for certain. Love the Shrek green. Nice jersey. Thank you, Luca. Thank you, Brody. Islanders lost to the Flames. They did lose to the Flames. That's right. It's my swamp. Shout out to Urban. Him Ada the chat, my guy. Is that spam, guys? Toe, I do have a Capitals jersey. I have an Ovechkin. I have an Ovechkin white jersey. And if you watched my stream the other day, if you want to rewatch it, it's the Rangers Capitals game. I did a live stream the other night, Toe. If I did wear that jersey though. Oh, okay. Welcome to the chat, Rudolph. He said, nah, LOL. I gamble and seen you was live, tuned in. Well, thank you for joining us, Rudolph. And what do you want on betting? Are you more, are you betting for the Red Wings, the Senators? Let me know, Rudolph. Any Oilers jersey you have, burn it for me. No, I do have one away jersey for the Oilers, and it's the old-fashioned jersey. And I'll pull that up on some live stream, but I know that PJ probably doesn't want to see that. Toe said, nice. I couldn't tune in that time as a Caps fan. I was watching the game. Oh, okay. All right. That's all right. Usually I pick up one or two new people each stream from the different teams that I cover. So yeah, we've got a couple Red Wings fans, some new Senators fans tonight. So welcome, guys, to Gold Line Hockey. Brody said at this point, if the Senators tank, they will do far more damage to the team considering we're still trying to maintain interest in new ownership. Yeah, that's a good point. And I talked about that earlier. I think that's why DeBrincat hasn't signed long-term is the longevity of the Senators, right? They need that building in LeBreton Flats. They need a building, nonetheless, new ownership, potentially Ryan Reynolds, which would be kind of funny. But I'm definitely interested to see what the Senators end up doing ownership-wise, because a lot of things are going to probably come from that. And that could be the reason we don't see a trade here, whether it's Jacob Chikrin or another guy, because I think they're waiting to see what the new ownership structure looks like before they make any big moves, whether that's extending DeBrincat, getting a new arena, right? All that stuff. Matt Stein said, do you have a jersey? No, I do not have a jersey. I hate that jersey. It looks awful. Sorry, Matt, but I do not have that one. Matt Stein said, my dad is a Caps fan, so they are my second favorite team. That's cool. So you and Toe can relate. Dennis, great question. He said, are you doing a New Jersey Devils at Colorado Avalanche game live stream on Wednesday? Yes. Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, and whatever that time is for Toe. 9 p.m. Eastern, we will be doing a Goal Line Hockey live, the first game of TIMO Meyer and his new team's threads. And according to Twitter earlier, we saw that he will be wearing number 96 with his new club, the New Jersey Devils. Brody said living in Ottawa can confirm that the land proposed to be used as new arena has already started some construction on a new arena or a shopping mall. I'm pretty sure they're building an arena, right? Let's go Saber stream, please. Let's do a Saber stream. It depends on what happens here. Like I said, I haven't gotten that far. I know I'm doing a Leafs live stream on St. Patrick's Day. I don't remember who the Leafs are playing that day, but I'll be doing a Leafs live stream on St. Patty's night. But other than that, I don't go that far ahead. Like, I'm not even sure really, other than this week, what I'm doing even next week. I'm going to start to look ahead at that, but I haven't gotten there yet. Like I said, guys, as soon as I can, I'll let you know when the next live streams are. But I do appreciate that. I'll look into a Sabres one. They're a fun team to watch, especially right now. So we'll see what happens. PJ said, hopefully Flames get a new arena yeah, the Flames need an arena. I would hate to see the Flames leave again. And obviously PJ would too. Brody said, it is an arena. The land was badly contaminated, so it's mainly ground cleaning right now. They are putting a library right next to it as well. That's probably for the taxpayers, I would assume, right? So they could get the taxpayer money involved. But that's a huge part of it. Like the Islanders almost left Long Island. They had the Lighthouse Project. It fell through, and the Islanders lost their team. The Long Island team was almost gone. That would have really sucked, but luckily things worked out. What could have been, right? And PJ said the new Flames arena will be a top 5 arena in the NHL. Didn't they just have an arena plan and it got canceled recently, like in November? PJ will definitely know the latest on that, and he'll let us know. But that's great, though, that they're actually ground clearing for the Senators building. Listen, as an Islander fan, when they were starting to build the UBS, I was so stoked. Like, I was so stoked when they built that arena. I definitely get that feeling. That is a great feeling, knowing, like, all right, our team's staying. That's really good. Dennis said, did you go to Brooklyn to see the Islanders? Yes, I did. I went to the first game against the Devils, actually. I think it was like 2012 or 2013. Yes, I did go to a couple of games at the Barclays Center. I did go to a game. We went to a bar outside the arena. It was the girl's first night. She was a waitress, and she spilled beer all over my Islanders black jersey. So I guess that was kind of telling with the history of that Islanders black jersey and the fact that somebody poured alcohol on it. It was probably a good omen, right, to the sense of how things would go. And guys, the chat's really going here. So I'm going to try and answer as many of you guys as I can. But if you want to guarantee that I answered your question or comment, make sure to leave a super chat to support the Stream Board Fund or the soundboard. We're trying to get a Stream Deck soundboard. And I'm going to be, whatever super chats you guys give, I'm going to be putting into that. Jason McKay, welcome to the chat. Jason, he said, you should have seen McDavid on Foligno's goal. Is he really excited? I'm watching the Canucks Stars game because I want to. You guys have been saying the Stars are very overrated, and I kind of want to watch them a little bit just to see how overrated they are. And they look like it right now. They're losing at the moment. And I'm getting the sense I don't get the feed for the Oilers game tonight. That sucks. Yeah, no need to put on the Oilers game. Maybe that's PJ that doesn't want me to put it on. But thank you, Jason, for joining the chat. We're actually watching the Avalanche and the Golden Knights, and it's already 1-0 Colorado. What happened? Yeah, Morgan's mad. Yeah, what happened? That's the first shot of the game. Good Lord. But this is what we've been talking about with the Golden Knights, right? Is the goaltending. Yeah, they need a goalie. They need a goalie. James Reimer, Jonathan Bernier. No, I'm kidding on Bernier. James Reimer, Corpusalo, a bunch of those guys. They would be great fits there, but yeah, they just really aren't playing that well right now. Already 5. Yeah, but see, Vegas has 5 shots. That's so frustrating. Like they're dominating the shots. They're playing well, but the one shot that they let in goes in. Like that's unacceptable. Yo, we got a super chat from PJ with a great question. Thank you for the $2.79 Canadian. What is your channel? What is your vision for the channel as it grows? That is a great question, PJ. And what I'm looking at right now, I'm trying to do some of the basic stuff, right? So for the last 3 years, I've been producing videos since I think 2018. It's been a really long time, actually. And what my goal is I've been doing the regular videos. Now I'm doing live streams, trying to be more interactive with you guys. At some point, I would like to make like having articles and talking about stuff eventually on a Reddit forum or something like that and progressing that into my own website. I'd love to have my own website where I could put my content on so I don't need YouTube. I'd love to have my own website and producing actual like articles and stuff like that on a website. That is the long-term goal for this channel at some point. And from there, we'll see how it goes. But that is my immediate, that's kind of where I'm progressing at this moment. But that is a great question, PJ. Thank you so much. Brody said, I'm excited to see the next generation of goalies. They're big. That is spoiler alert. A lot of them are big. Urban said Wallstead is going to be amazing in a couple of years. Are they playing right now? No, the Wild aren't playing, but of course, Urban throwing in his Sens there. Sens game back on. Thank you, Brody. I'll put it on in a second. Toe said PJ single-handedly buying the soundboard for Kevin. Yo, PJ is the man with that stuff. He has been super chatting, and that's why he's going to be probably our first moderator because, listen, he has been a huge supporter on the channel for a couple of months now, and he's been with us on the live streams. Shout out to PJ. He's really awesome. Yeah, Urban loves to talk. We know you do, Urban. We know you do. Shout out to Urban. He's also been a big supporter here too. And it is snowing here on Long Island, guys. I don't know how much longer I am going to be here because I might be snow plowing here very soon, and it is heavy snow. Yikes. So this could get very interesting. PJ said, BRB, Kevin, got to go shovel my driveway. All right, we'll be here, PJ, or not, depending on if I have to leave. And Toe said, I love to talk as well now that it's possible for me to talk. Morgan said, if there's ice, lace up your skates. My dad actually used to make a backyard rink. But the problem is right now, Morgan, it's too warm. It's 35 degrees right now, and it's been like 40, mid 40s throughout the day. So it's actually not been cold enough to freeze. Couple of really good chances here for Colorado. All right, yeah, let's put the game back on. I know, Morgan, you want me watching the Golden Knights game, but we got to watch the end of the Senators Red Wings game. That's our featured game of the night. Beauvillier scored again? Jesus. And the Canucks are up 3-1 on Dallas. Yes, that Tredemko is in, and he's playing awful. Yeah. He's only had to save 4 or 5 shots, an 800 save percentage. And he is still playing right now. Oh, no. I hear the payloaders outside, which means there's snow. Guys, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be here. Uh-oh. Hold on, guys. Give me a sec. I'll be right back. Yeah, it is snowing pretty hard on Long Island. The first snowstorm of the year. But the good news is though, I'm gonna get paid pretty well snow plowing, so I guess the hustle is real. It's just I'm not gonna be sleeping tonight. It is what it is, right? Heavy snow in the next hour. All right, yeah. So I am gonna be snow plowing. Hooray. Oh, Shabbat makes it 5-2 for the Sens. All right. The Red Wings they had this game in the beginning. They were playing really well, and then those penalties are just kind of beating them up. Yeah, Red Wings fans are going to be upset about this one, and rightfully so. But there was a couple really tough calls, though. But the Senators took advantage. That power play is really, really good. Yeah, Matt Stein said the Red Wings are stumbling. Yes, they are. And guys, if you haven't already, make sure to like the stream. Trying to get this video. Our record is 30 likes in a video. So I want to see if we can break that before I leave tonight. We'll see if I can get there or not. Thank you, Matt Stein. He said, like the video, everyone. Guys, thank you so much. Yeah, the Golden Knights are playing well, man. And what do you guys think of the Avalanche bringing back Jack Johnson? Not the guy I would expect the Avalanche to be wanting to bring back, but that's who's back. Guess who's back? Jack Johnson. So now Eric Johnson and Jack Johnson back on the same team. Yeah, they're showing the Senators right now. The Senators are just getting beat like physically. The Red Wings just not much fight. I know Steve Eiserman's in attendance eating his popcorn. I don't think he's going to be a huge fan of what he's seeing tonight. As much as it's bad on the score sheet, they're just getting beat physically as well. Yeah, like the Red Wings just don't seem to have the fight right now. Yeah, like the Senators, every chance they get are hitting and hard. The Red Wings don't look like the team that's that's closer to a playoff spot. The Senators look like a team that's fighting for a playoff spot right now. Especially right now in the third period, it is pretty noticeable. Yeah, Urban said the Red Wings have no will. Yeah, that's what it looks like right now. And Red Wings fans will blame the officials and stuff like that. Like I said, you have the argument, but since then, they have not responded well at all, right? So they didn't necessarily do themselves any favors either. And Ottawa, uh-oh. Oh, 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 man, what a save. A close call. And Hellberg looks a little shaky getting up. He definitely got ran into there. DeBrincat almost scored. Semi breakaway. That's how it's been though for the Red Wings. Just kind of just like 2 steps behind, just not really there. They just haven't had it. I think that's going to be it for tonight, guys. I will be back Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. And also, if you can't make it Wednesday night, no big deal. Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, we will be doing a live stream on the trade deadline day. Real quick, guys, if you have any last questions, let me know down below real quick before I close out. Toe says, will Hinola be traded? Ville Hinola? Um, it's a good question. I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Morgan said I will be there. Yeah, hope to see you guys all there either Wednesday night at 9 p.m. For the first game of the Colorado Avalanche and New Jersey Devils' newest member, Timo Meier, as well as the trade deadline on Friday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern. Guys, thank you so much for watching the stream. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you guys go back and watch from the beginning if you didn't get to watch it. And I'll answer the rest of your questions then. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.